The 8,207th meeting of the Security Council is called to order. The provisional agenda for this meeting is the situation concerning the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The agenda is adopted. In accordance with Rule 37 of the Council's Provisional Rules of Procedure, I invite the representative of the Democratic Republic of the Congo to participate in this meeting. It is so decided. In accordance with Rule 39 of the Council's Provisional Rules of Procedure, I invite the following briefers to participate in this meeting. Mr. Mark Lowcock, Undersecretary General for Humanitarian Affairs and Emergency Relief Coordinator. Mrs. Janine Bandou Bahati, Coordinator of the Encadrement des Femmes Indigènes et des Ménages Vulnérables. And Abbé Donatien Ncholo, Secrétaire-Général de la Conférence Épiscopale Nationale du Congo. It is so decided. The Security Council will now begin its consideration of item 2 of the agenda. Recalling the Security Council's latest note 507 on its working methods, I wish to encourage all participants, both members and non-members of the Council, to deliver their statements in 5 minutes or less. And note 507 also encourages briefers to be succinct and to focus on key issues, and briefers are further encouraged to limit initial remarks to 10 minutes or less. I now give the floor to Mr. Mark Lowcock. You have the floor, please.
Mr. President, this is Moazi Kalunga and has 7 children, including her 18-month-old baby, Shabani. You all have this picture in front of you. You can see that little Shabani has the distended belly of many malnourished children. I met them last Tuesday in Katanika camp in Kalemi, in the stunning and rich landscape surrounding Lake Tanganyika in eastern Congo. Moazi's husband and 2 of her 9 children were killed when her village, 50 kilometers away, was attacked and burnt down by militiamen in January. They fled, walked for 2 straight days, and now live in squalid conditions under a plastic sheet in a tiny so-called shelter in a congested, cramped, unsanitary, hilly camp at constant risk of fire and flood. Her children can no longer go to school. Her entire family, traumatized, sobbing and destitute, are too terrified to contemplate returning home. Moazi and her children are among the 4.5 million people displaced right now in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Humanitarian needs caused by internal conflict have doubled over the last year. 13 million people need humanitarian assistance. More than 4.6 million children are acutely malnourished, including 2.2 million suffering severe acute malnutrition. We're seeing mushrooming epidemics, including the worst outbreak of cholera in 15 years. There's also an epidemic of sexual violence, most of it unreported and unaddressed, and much of it against children. I'm delighted that Janine Bandou Bahati has joined us as a briefer this morning, and also to see Julien Lusengi, a strong and courageous defender of women's rights and an activist against sexual violence, in this chamber among the guests. And almost 746,000 Congolese have fled to neighbouring countries, while the DRC itself hosts more than 540,000 refugees. Without a halt to the violence, Mr. President, and a successful political transition, these numbers will all increase. What Minister Sigrid Kaag of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, with whom I travelled last week, and I saw, requires our urgent action. There is despair, but there is also hope. The people of the DRC are resilient and resourceful. I'm very impressed by the selfless solidarity of many Congolese families. They have so little, yet they welcome their brothers and sisters from within and outside the country into their homes when those people are displaced by violence. And without humanitarian assistance, things would be much worse. In 2017, the United Nations and its humanitarian partners reached more than 4.2 million people with life-saving